I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, why even bother asking me out? Got an email here from a viewer. He says, "Hey Corey, I've loved your book and your YouTube videos. They've been a great help. I watched all your videos on flaky behavior, but there's one part I noticed that I'm going through now that wasn't addressed, and I would like to hear your opinion. I met a girl from Match.com. She initiated the contact. I did an article a while ago called The Ultimate Online Dating Profile, How to Attract the Perfect Woman. So if you Google Corey Wayne, The Ultimate Online Dating Profile, that will come up. And if you follow the principles that I illustrate in there and you create your profile that's similar to that, you'll actually get women contacting you that are pretty close to what it is that you're looking for. And think about it, if they're contacting you first, that's the best way to start them off, chasing you. Because if they're chasing you, they're not going to be dumping you. He says, and she seemed interested, so we made a date and went. It was amazing, but I held back a little as she is a total 10. He says, so I'm glad I did. She came at me in a big way and made out with me. Unprovoked, she told me she wants a relationship but wants to go on a few more dates with me and take it slow. When a girl says that, just say, oh, that sounds like a great idea. Let's just take it, let's just go out and have fun and see where it goes. That's the best response. He says she both texted me after and called me saying she had an amazing time and couldn't wait due to her going to Puerto Rico for Thanksgiving. So obviously she really had a high level of interest in you at this particular point. He says, since she's been back, it's been one excuse after another. First, a relative died down there, so she stayed an extra 2 days, and so the weekend was out. On her next day, she was free. She was exhausted and sick, and the next weekend, her sister came down. She always initiates contact every few days and calls asking me out and saying she can't wait to see me again, but here's my question. What happens when the woman calls and makes a date with you, obviously showing interest, but then gives excuses? Maybe, these things like a family member dying, obviously you're going to fuck with a woman's emotions, and you don't want to go out and with a girl you just started dating and have her go, ooh, and all the mascara running down her face on your second or third date, and that's no fun. But the other thing is that maybe you're doing something when you're on the dates that's making you appear to be weak. And so a good way to counteract that is to be busy for the next week. And so instead of making a date to see her in 2 or 3 days, make a date to see her like next week, which is like a week and a half away. So if like today is Tuesday, if you're watching this, make a date for like Thursday of next week, a whole, 10 days later, and make a definite date so you won't need to be talking to her. And then when she wants to reach out to chit-chat or this or that, just say, oh, it's great to hear from you, honey. I definitely want to hear all about it, but I'm just really jammed up this week, and I can't talk right now, so I'll just give you my undivided attention when I see you next Thursday. In essence, make her wait to see you. He says this past Saturday she asked me to dinner for Wednesday, which was today, and she wouldn't give a time and location when asked, but called me yesterday. So if she wouldn't give you a time and location, that's not a definite date. And so this is part of where you're fucking up, is you're agreeing to make dates and leave your schedule open to her, but it's not really a definite date because you're waiting for her to basically call and confirm the date. And a guy that takes a date like that, a guy who's a busy professional and he only has maybe 1 or 2 nights free a week to go out with a girl, he's going to say, hey, well, if you're unsure of your schedule, let's just do it some other time when your schedule's a little more definite, because I only got 1 day off this week, and if you're unsure, I don't want to leave my day open just to have you cancel at the last minute when, if you can't make it or whatever. So let's just do it some other time. And when you say let's do it some other time, 1 or 2 things is going to happen. She's either going to go, oh, okay, or she'll go, no, we'll make it definite. Okay, I'll be there at 8, or I'll pick you up, or whatever happens to be. He says, she says she called me yesterday, but she had forgotten altogether due to being too busy. No, I'd say it's due to the fact that you're weak and you're not making definite dates with her, and you're basically at her beck and call because you think she's a 10. And that's what's going on here. You're treating this girl better than the rest of the women that you're dating, and you're acting like a pleaser, and you're acting like you got something to prove to this girl, you're being too easy, too available, and you're leaving your schedule up in the air, which basically communicates that you really ain't got any other choices going on in your personal life, and you're giving this chick way too much leeway because she's a 10. He says, but she may or may not be able due to work, but would call me at 11 a.m. on Wednesday to let me know. If a girl says that to me, I just say, look, I'm really busy this week, and if you're unsure, let's just do it some other time, because obviously your schedule's kind of up in the air right now, and I only got one day off this week that I can do something, so I'd rather make plans with somebody else if you're unsure. So give me a call when you figure out your schedule. I got to run. Keep in touch, and then hang up and get off the phone. That's how I would handle that situation. You, on the other hand, because you like this girl so much and you're a 10, you're just like, okay, I'll wait for you. Like a little puppy dog. And then she just jerks you around and you're like, okay, I'll wait for you. And so you're acting like a pleaser. You're acting like a weak, needy guy who hasn't had a date in 10 years. And that's why she keeps blowing you off and jerking you around, because you're acting like a doormat and she's walking all over you. And the more you let this happen, the more she's going to lose respect for you. And the lower her interest is going to go. And the more she's going to want to jerk you around like this. Why? Because you always sit there and take it. Nice guys always finish last, dude. And you're not going to get anywhere with this kind of behavior. He says, it's past 1 p.m. now, and I've heard nothing. No text or call. I know she will text me later or in a day or two saying sorry, but why even bother asking me out, saying all the indicators of interest only to pull this? Well, you're not making definite dates, and so you're the one that's fucking it up here, dude. You're the one that's basically acting like your time is not valuable, and she can call you whenever the fuck she wants, blow you off whenever she wants, make a date or try to make a date or a date up in the air, and you'll just leave your schedule wide open for her. And if this girl's a 10, she's probably got 20 other dudes all climbing all over her ass. And so she wants a guy that knows how to act like a man, not a guy who acts like Mr. Nice Guy like you are. He says, I can understand if it was chasing her as per your book, but I don't. She is chasing me. But yeah, you're failing to make definite dates. So it sounds like you're kind of like a backup to this particular girl. There may be some other dude in the picture, and that's why. And so as this guy does things wrong, she wants to see you. And as she does things right, or he does things right, she's going to blow you off because she thinks things may develop with this other dude, because you've communicated to her that you'll be at her beck and call at the drop of a hat whenever she wants. In other words, you're her backup plan. He says, I've been cool about this, but it's pissing me off now. He says, I want this one, but if there's no chance, it would have been cool to know that 2 weeks ago directly instead of leading me on. Like I said, I wouldn't call this girl. I wouldn't do anything. And when she reaches out to you next time, make a definite date a week and a half out. And if she won't make definite plans, or she says, I got to call you back, or I'm unsure of my schedule, just say, oh, no problem. We'll just do it some other time. Give me a call when your schedule's more definite. We'll make plans then, because I'd love to see you. Great. Sounds great. I'll talk to you later. I got to run. Keep in touch. Then you get off the phone, you don't call her at all. This particular girl, because of this particular situation, I wouldn't call her or do anything. But the reason you're getting this flaky behavior is you're not making definite dates. That is where you're totally fucking up. And other than that, if you do what I said, you should be able to turn things around with this girl, or she'll just stop calling you, and you'll get somebody else. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen, send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website right now, and on the Would-Be toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal Donate button, and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.